Dear friends, this is Dr. Muhammad Umar, Assistant Professor from the Department of Civil Engineering. In continuation to my video on properties of surfaces, in this video we will learn about how to find centroid of a section. In this video we will see and we will learn the steps to find centroid of a section, and then we will solve an example and we'll learn a trick to find the centroid of a section easily. So the steps are, we need to first choose the axis, that is x and y axis. If it is given in the question, it is well and good. If it is not given, you should always choose your y axis as the leftmost and x axis as the bottommost. Okay, so the second step is we need to divide the given complex section into least number of components. Okay, so this is very important again, that you need to choose the least number of components in order to reduce your calculations. Okay, for which the centroid and area already known. So it should be a simpler section for which you should know the centroid and area. Then you have to draw the table and find the required things mentioned in it. Okay, so this table you have to remember and you have to draw in order to find the centroid. And then you have to apply the formula to find the centroid about x and y axis. So the formula about x axis is x bar, which is nothing but sigma ai xi divided by sigma ai. Y bar is sigma ai yi divided by sigma ai. Okay, so let us start and see the sum. So here in this problem we need to determine the centroid for the given section. In this question they have not given about which axis you have to find, so you can easily assume that you are going to find about y axis and x axis. Here what I mean with the leftmost is that since this section, this is the leftmost part of this section is this line, and hence about this you should choose your y axis, and for this section the bottommost part is this part one, and that's why about this line you should choose the x axis. So this is my first step. The second step is you need to divide this section into least number of components for which should need to be simple, which needs to be a simple section, and it should be least number so that we can easily able to find its area and centroid. Okay, so in this question I have divided this into three components. Component 1 is this bigger rectangle. We can choose even the portion which is not inside the section. Okay, this shaded area is the required portion for which we need to find the centroid, but for simplicity we can even choose a bigger section also, and we can reduce the portion which we have chosen extra. The second component we have chosen is this rectangle, which is actually an extra component which is not actually inside this section, and hence we have given this a color of red, which means that we have to subtract this. So that's why I have written here a minus sign, which means we need to subtract its area and its other portions also. Okay, so when we are going to do the summation at the end. Okay, the third portion I have selected as this circle. This is also not inside this section, for which we need to find the centroid. That portion is just this much. Okay, so and we have taken extra portion in order to simplify the problem and to find the centroid easily. Okay, now if you don't know what is the area of a rectangle, how to find, this is the formula. Okay, length into width. So we have for this rectangle we have this as width 6, and then 10 as 6 plus 4, 10 as the length. Okay, this 6 plus 4 as 10. So 6 into 10 we have got 60 meter square. Okay, so in this case we have all dimensions are in meter, and hence I have written here meter square, meter, meter, meter cube, and meter cube. So you need to take care of dimensions. Okay, and then at the end I have done the summation. Okay, the second component is triangle. Sorry. So the formula to find the area of a triangle is half base into height. Okay, in this case we have 1 by 2. Okay, base is this portion we have taken as base. Okay, this is 3, so we have written 3 here, and height is this. For this right angle triangle, height is this 6. Okay, and that's why I've written 6 here, and totally we have got 9. For circle we have area formula is pi r square. Okay, so I applied this formula pi into r square. So r is 2 meter, so I've got this, and total summation we have got 38.44. Okay, so let us move further and see the trick to find the centroid of section. Okay, so this is very important. I want you to give more attention over here at this part. Okay, I will tell you the trick how to find the centroid of any section about x-axis and y-axis. Okay, so first we'll see how to find the centroid about x-axis. Okay, so the trick is that if you wanted to find the centroid about x-axis, you need to measure it horizontally. Okay, you need to measure it horizontally, and you should measure it from y-axis. Okay, you should measure it from y-axis. Okay, let us see how. So component 1, we have this rectangle. Okay, so for rectangle we'll have its centroid at the center. Okay, so let us assume that we have the centroid of this rectangle somewhere here. Okay, so we need to find centroid of this rectangle about x-axis. Okay, so we'll take it horizontally, we'll measure it horizontally, and it should be measured from y-axis. Okay, so this is my y-axis, this is my y-axis. Okay, so we'll measure from y-axis horizontally towards this centroid. This portion is my x. Okay, so how much this will be, it is given. We can see from here, this is 3, so this will be 3 meter. Okay, so meter is not required, so just we can write this 3. Okay, similarly for about y-axis. Okay, first we'll do x first. Okay, for component 2 we have, okay, this is triangle. Okay, so somewhere here we'll have the centroid. Okay, if you don't know where will the centroid of triangle, I have given the figure here. Okay, for this is the centroid, and if you are measuring it from right angle, it will be 1 by 3, which is nothing but b by 3. If you are measuring towards the corner, okay, opposite to the right angle side corner, then it will be 2 by 3. This you have to remember. Similarly here, from the right angle, if you are measuring corner, it will be 1 by 3, and opposite corner, from the corner, okay, it will be 2 by 3. So this you have to remember. Okay, so from here I need to measure about x-axis, which means I need to measure it horizontally from y-axis. This is my y-axis, so I need to measure it horizontally from y-axis. Okay, so this is my x, for you can say x2, and this can be my x1. Okay, so this is my x2. So how much this will be? Okay, so we need to find this length. Okay, so this length we need to find, and this we already know is 3 meter. Okay, so how much this will be? If you see this figure, we are measuring it from a corner which is not the right angle corner is this. Okay, and this corner is just next to the right angle. So from here it will be 2 by 3. Okay, so 2 by 3 of this total length 3. So this will give me 2 meter. Okay, so this will be my equals to 2 plus 3, which will be equals to 5 meter. Okay, similarly for component 3, which is this, so centroid of a circle will be always at the center. Okay, so we need to measure it horizontally and from x-axis. Okay, sorry, y-axis. So this is my x3. So how much this will be? So if you see from this figure, this 3 meter. Okay, so easily we can find this 3 meter. Okay, so okay, again let us see the trick to find the centroid about y-axis. Okay, the first trick is that you should measure it vertically. Should measure it vertically, and should measure it from x-axis. Okay, it should measure it from x-axis, assumed x-axis, what we have assumed. Okay, so for this case, let us change the color so that it will be easy to understand. Okay, so let us choose the green color. Okay, now again we know the centroid of this rectangle is this one. Okay, and you need to measure it vertically from x-axis. X-axis is this. Okay, x-axis is this. So from here we need to measure centroid of all the sections. Okay, so this is my y1. Okay, so how much this will be? See, this one up to here, it is 4. Okay, in other way we can see this one will be half of this total length. Okay, this total length is 10, this total length is 10. Okay, and this will be half of this length, this will be equals to 5. Okay, see the centroid of rectangle, if we know the total height, it will be h by 2. Okay, so this will be nothing but 10 by 2, which will be nothing but equals to 5. Okay, similarly for this, it should be measured from here, it should be measured vertically, and it should be measured from x-axis. So this is my x-axis. Okay, this is my x-axis. From here I have measured. Okay, so I need to know this distance. This distance I already know. This is 4 meters from here to here. We need to know this distance. Okay, we need to know this distance. Okay, so this total distance is 6 meters for this triangle. Okay, so this, since this is right angle corner, okay, so this, if I am measuring from this corner, this will be 2 by 3. If you see this figure, it will be 2 by 3. Okay, from this figure, so 2 by 3 of 6, so this will be 4. Okay, so then we'll have 4 plus 4 equals to 8 meter. Okay, now the centroid of this circle, which will be at the center of the circle. Okay, and it should be measured vertically and should be measured from x-axis. Okay, so this we already know, it is given in this figure, it is 4 meter. Okay, so this will be 4 meter. I hope you would have understood this important part of this sum. Okay, so let us move further. Now the things are easy. So we have got this already written here: 3, 5, 5, 8, 3 and 4. I have taken a different color in order to avoid the mistake while solving sum, because you should be very clear that these two components need to be subtracted. Okay, if you are doing the summation, these two components should be subtracted. Okay, should not be sum it up, should subtract this, because this is not the actual part of this section for which we need to find the centroid. Okay, sorry. Okay, so we are here. Okay, so I will just tell you how to solve this part, AI into xi. Okay, this is very easy. Okay, what we have to do, this is AI we have already calculated. This is 60 into xi for this is 3 into 3, so we will get 180. Since AI yi, okay, AI is 60 and y is 5, so 60 into 5 will give you 300. Similarly, you can calculate it for this and for this. Again, I am emphasizing here that you need to use some different colors or something, some symbol, so that you should avoid mistake doing summation. Okay, these two values should be subtracted. Okay, and then you will get these values. Okay, now we'll apply the formula and we'll get the answer. So what will be x bar? X bar will be equals to sigma AI xi divided by sigma ai. Okay, sigma ai xi is this 97.32 divided by 38.44. So this will give you the value as 2.53. Okay, then y bar, you can apply the formula directly. Sigma ai yi divided by sigma ai. Sigma ai yi is 177.76 divided by 38.44. This will be equals to 4.62. So you should always write the unit. This will be in meter. Okay, so you have got xi and x bar and y bar for this sum. Okay, if you want you can locate it here. So it will be x bar will be somewhere here. Okay, this is 2.53, so it will be along x, it will be somewhere here. Okay, and y is 4.62, somewhere here. So your x and y, centroid of this portion will be somewhere here. Okay, so this will be your x bar, which is 2.53, and this will be your y bar. Okay, so even you can look it inside the section. So I hope you would have understood this sum. If you have any doubts, you can always reach out to me. Thank you for your patience listening. Have a wonderful day.